So Call of Duty has a real problem. Just like every other competitive FPS game, it's literally saturated with cheaters, and it seems like the devs aren't doing anything about it. Yeah, sure, we have Ricochet anti-cheat, but what does that actually do? I mean, looking at its footage, it's pretty obvious it doesn't really do very much. What if there was an easier way to get rid of cheaters? What if there's a tried and tested method that game developers, or specifically Call of Duty, could use to eliminate cheaters from their game forever by using us, the community that cares about the game, to help get that done? That's what we're here to talk about in today's video. Cheating happens in casual lobbies, in ranked, and especially in Warzone. It's the same story every season. A new wave of bans goes out, and a new wave of cheaters take their place. To Activision's credit, Ricochet's come a long way. It uses machine learning behavior tracking to detect and block suspicious activity. And yes, it's caught thousands of cheaters, but as long as bans happen after the fact, the damage is already done. Players lose matches, rank progression, even tournament placements before anything's enforced. So here's the solution that works in another major FPS that could be integrated into Call of Duty today. I'm talking about the Overwatch system from Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Combine that with Ricochet and give verified streamers limited moderation powers, and Call of Duty could finally make cheating a losing game. In CSGO, Overwatch is a community review system that helps identify cheaters using real gameplay footage. When a player gets flagged, either by reports or by triggering data thresholds like kills, headshot percentage, that kind of thing, the system compiles a demo of the suspicious moments. That clip gets sent anonymously to hundreds of experienced players, if not thousands, who meet specific criteria like hours played, rank, and a clean conduct record. Those players then review the footage and vote. If a large majority agrees that cheating occurred, the system bans the player. It's efficient, decentralized, and surprisingly accurate because it doesn't rely on one person's judgment. Each case gets multiple independent reviews, and the best part, it creates a deterrent effect. Cheaters know that the community is watching, and not just the anti-cheat software. What would it look like in Call of Duty? Well, player reports alongside Ricochet would flag the behavior. Ricochet already tracks a wide range of data, things like reaction time, accuracy, shot timing, and movement. If a player consistently behaves in a way that suggests aim assistance or wall hacks, Ricochet flags that session. The game would then create a highlight reel. So rather than dumping the entire match file, which would be a huge file and take a long time to compile, the system compiles a short highlight reel, only the key moments where the behavior looks suspicious. And let's be honest, people's attention spans today are through the floor, so maybe 2-3 minutes of gameplay max would probably be the sweet spot. Verified players would then review the footage, so that's players with a history of clean gameplay, maybe those in higher ranks or with high playtime, get access to a new Overwatch menu. They can opt in to review these clips anonymously and vote cheat or not cheat, or inconclusive. Then, if enough reviewers agree that the player was cheating, the account receives a temporary suspension pending further analysis. Repeat confirmations or clear-cut cases lead to permanent bans. This doesn't replace Ricochet, it adds a human layer on top of it where AI flags behavior but the final call comes from experienced players. There seems to be a lot of complaints in the community right now where people think Ricochet isn't actually doing anything. So this just adds an extra layer of security to that. Another angle worth adding is probably streamer moderation. In CSGO's Overwatch system, certain streamers actually get control of whether or not a player gets banned directly. So they basically act as like a referee. They'll get sent a clip, they'll flag the player for cheating, and the player instantly gets banned. So maybe give that to pro players, things like that. People that play the game a lot, people that it's basically their job to play the game. This, however, wouldn't give the creators unchecked power. It gives them the ability to protect their gameplay environment and fast-track obvious cases. And if a streamer misuses that ability, it gets revoked. So no more reporting people just because they died, which does happen a lot in Counter-Strike, admittedly. So why would this work? This system works because it covers the weaknesses of relying on AI on its own. So Ricochet handles the data and patterns, Overwatch adds human judgment, and streamer tools create real-time accountability. It also shifts the focus from punishing cheaters after the damage is done to actively catching them as they're playing. This combination creates a self-sustaining system where the community and machine learning constantly reinforce each other, and it scales. The more players that participate in the Overwatch reviews, the faster suspicious cases get handled. The more streamer flags get verified, the better Ricochet becomes at learning what real cheating looks like. This isn't just theoretical either, it's based on a model that already works in another top-tier FPS, and Call of Duty is the player base, the infrastructure, and the motivation to implement it. So could Call of Duty finally get rid of cheaters? Not entirely, but with an Overwatch system integrated into Ricochet and the right tools in the hands of trusted players and streamers, cheating would become much harder, much riskier, and much less rewarding. Let me know in the comments, would you participate in an Overwatch system if it meant cleaner lobbies? And should streamers have tools to flag cheaters live, or indeed just ban them straight off? Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful or interesting, consider liking the video and subscribing. I've got more deep dives like this coming soon.